Happy fall. It's October. Garden tour. Are going into dormancy. Holy basil's totally dead. Mustards are very happy. These tomatoes are questionably fighting for their lives. There's some Napa cabbage in there, and we're getting peas, which is kind of cool. Carrots and kales, brassicas. The pumpkins are starting to die back. The fennel bolted. It's fine. Yeah, lots of things. I harvested all the sweet potatoes today. Spinach is still doing okay. There's beets hidden around places, trying to keep the birds from eating them. This bag that I grew my sweet potatoes in, it disintegrated. So I need to take all the soil out of that, and I'm going to put it on top of the beds and stuff. We are getting cabbages, which is awesome. They're actually heading up, and we have Brussels sprouts. So many little Brussels sprouts. And, oh, caterpillar, get off my cabbage. But there is a little cabbage head forming in there, and a little cabbage head forming in there. Hopefully they're not completely decimated by caterpillars, but I will not be surprised if they are. And we have more little pumpkins, and I'm just harvesting them as they feel ready. Yeah. Nasturtiums and salad. Blackberries that frankly I don't think taste very good, and I might pull them out. And that weird elephant grass, and there's bamboo in there. It's a mess. It's okay. It's a mess. There are the pumpkins that I harvested earlier today. So they're just out here curing because I ran out of space in the house. I have stopped paying attention to this, which is probably a mistake and will end in the demise of all these plants. The sweet potatoes that were growing here, you can see the vine that tore off. I harvested them. There wasn't that many, but it's food, and it was free. And yeah, those ones I watered. The IKEA bag I never watered. Chicks, mushrooms. I tore the corn out last night and harvested all of the tomatoes that were on this plant that were sizable. I think there's still maybe some babies in there. And I planted out my garlic in here. So the corn is gone, garlic is in, and then I broadcast seeded, I don't think you can see, coriander, aka cilantro, and some dill. So there's dill buried under here, and you can see these little seed pods. That's coriander. So I just broadcast sowed herbs in between, hoping that that would help the garlic. Technically, these are rose hips. Yeah. Bananas, those are super flooded. There's not enough drainage. It's my own fault. Caterpillars are decimating things because that's how they roll. Under here, I've got carrots. And I think I did spinach, but we'll see. Slugs and caterpillars doing lots of damage. That is flooded. It's fine. I've come to terms. These are phasalis, and they're just now setting fruit, but they're in a bucket that's flooded with like weird mushrooms. It's fine. It's hilarious. Greenhouse is being a greenhouse. This 1,000-head kale has been attacked by caterpillars and a weird disease. There's a big old caterpillar. I think I'm just gonna let it die and replant this bucket. It's fine. Yeah. What else? This is so far a failed experiment, but we'll see. It may turn into something eventually. I don't know if I need to put more nutrients in it. We're starting to get little sprouts, so we'll see. Maybe it'll get it together. I'm just letting it do its thing. When I harvested sweet potatoes, I had volunteer lemon balm, so I transplanted that out. Just popped it in here for now. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I might need to completely clean out and redo the greenhouse, which is fine. It's fine. It's what it is. I pulled out one of my eggplants and one of my peppers. peppers, and I put them in bigger buckets that I'm going to move inside and try to overwinter. So we'll see. I already moved some of my peppers inside. I don't think I have eggplants yet, but just peppers. Yeah. Oh, and ginger. I moved some ginger in the house. So we'll see. Nona's beans are getting fat and ready for seed saving. So those are almost ready. Yeah. This chard that I found growing in the corner that I completely destroyed and then just stuck in here has come back. So that is happy. This artichoke is happy. That's where the ginger was and is now growing inside. I still haven't cleaned any of this up. It's a mess. This cabbage is super awesome. I'm pretty sure it's a walking stick kale. I really need to get better about labeling things. And then this is turnips and beets. And they're doing okay. We'll see. We'll get food. And then that's my lemon balm. Chaos reigns supreme. And yeah, I found some sunchokes and some potatoes in these buckets. So I harvested those. And I'm going to make them for lunch. Because that's the thing that we can do. That bed is just sad and nothing. And I need to fix it. It's on my list. It's fine. I went back to work this week. So there is not as much free time. So I'm trying to not get mad at myself when I don't have free time, because I work in an office with a 30-minute commute each way weekend. It's weird stuff when you're like, I think I might have liked pandemic life better. It's not true, but also in some ways very true. It's fine. This is a mess. It just is. This is a mess. It just is. This is not a mess. It's fine. It's fine. I went through and I pulled out a bunch of the dead plants and seeded beets, but I don't know that I'll get beets in here. But if we do, that would be cool. There's still green tomatoes. And then I sowed broad beans here and then used some of the potato growing soil. This one is doing weirdly well. I don't know if it's just because it's not in like a brassica den or it's in the shade, but yeah, this colette is doing the best of all the colettes. So yeah, it's just growing in a little container and it's happy. So I'm not going to pretend to know why that's the case. But yeah, it is fall. There's not as much to see, but it's still beautiful and it's going to give us food all year long, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, and we're gonna get a frost in 2 days, so I'm trying to get ahead of the game. Don't know that there is such a thing, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Peppers inside, ginger, peppers. We need to trim this back, I think, and water, like a normal person. But this had a ton of blossoms on it, so my hope was bringing it in here would give it a fighting chance to give me all of this fruit. So yeah, we'll see. And then there's a big bell. There we go. California Wonder. Pumpkins. So many pumpkins. Dehydrating tomatoes. Tomatoes that need to ripen. Dehydrating peppers. Yeah. The one doesn't look great, but we'll see. Yeah. Lemon balm, fennel, chives, wild chamomile, garlic, onions, oregano, I think lemon basil, more lemon balm, smoltron, and roses. When you started, things that are dying, herbs for back to work. I'm gonna make a mint tea garden. There's some basil in there, holy basil, lemon basil, cinnamon basil, and blue spice basil that I'm also growing for tea, but those won't be ready for a while. And these are all transplants from the garden. So I just pulled them up with some roots, put them in water, and I'll separate them out. I'm just doing a hydroponic system on my desk at work. Very dead, very dead, very dead, very silly. And then these are basil from this basil. It set seed in the house, and I pulled the seed off, dropped it into this old container that had tomatoes growing in it, and just wanted to see if it would get going, and it did. So the seeds that it made were absolutely viable, and I just saw an aphid on this, so yeah, not good, but yeah, microgreens, you can eat them, they are delicious. Cilantro from the grocery store because mine wasn't ready. Chaos. Thanks for watching.